I'm thinking of Haymitch watching this whole thing play out with Katniss and Rue. That is a lot. Spoiler warning for Sunrise on the Reaping, by the way. Bombing the career supplies in the 74th games and the tank bombing of the 50th. Parallels between these, okay? What happened in this chapter with Haymitch and Ampert is so much like what happened with Katniss and Rue. In both situations, our 16-year-old protagonists embarked on missions that involved explosions with their 12-year-old allies who reminded them of their siblings. When Haymitch met Ampert, he describes him as a boy about Sid's size and talked to him because he hopes someone would be friendly to his brother under these circumstances. And that's just the first of many times that Haymitch says Ampert reminds him of Sid. Katniss's first impression of Rue is she's very much like Prim in size and demeanor, and she keeps going with the comparisons. The first night after Rue and Katniss teamed up, there were no tribute deaths. Same goes for Haymitch and Ampert. No deaths that day. When both Katniss and Haymitch returned from their explosion expeditions, they couldn't find their allies and did not see any sign of a struggle. By the time they reached them, it's too late. Also, Rue was killed by a spear, and Haymitch uses one to open up the portal, thinking, I'm glad that's its job instead of taking someone's life. Since so much is linked to Rue's situation here, the spear comment stood out to me. Katniss found Rue tangled up in a net on the ground right before she was killed, and Haymitch was carrying his hammock to use as a net as he went to find Ampert, and then he uses it to capture some of the squirrels and pull them off Ampert, who is on the ground. So both these kids are on the ground with nets over them. Katniss gets to say goodbye to Rue the way Haymitch wished he could with Ampert. He thinks, there's no one to comfort, to ease out of this world. Ampert's been swallowed up by the capital, and his coffin will hold only these pearly white bones.